How's it going tonight? This is I guess, a video response to, well, actually, I think it's probably third generation. I'm not sure who the original broadcaster is. I've actually never seen him, or his channel, but one of my subscribers and another one that I subscribed to had done a video, and I kind of clicked on it and watched it, and that was 410 Goodfellas, and I saw also a similar response from Andrew Bellina as well, which is about the community on YouTube. Of course, I'm relatively new to it. Watched a ton of videos in the past, talked to people that had a similar interest. It was really enjoyable to meet some of them. And now, as far as like online and chatting, because I've never really met them in person. But the way I look at it was that it's a passion that you can't always find next door. By walking out your door, you're not going to always find someone that shares that same passion that you do in regards to, in this case, horror movies or horror literature. In fact, you probably find, like I do, a lot more derision, where people think, well, okay, what the heck's wrong with you? A lot of my videos, I open up by referring to everyone out there as the tribe of the horror realm. And where that actually comes from was a conversation I had with Lance Henriksen, who is an incredibly deep guy. Lance has had a really interesting life, and he views people as like we're all it's like all parts of tribes, and that we should really realize that. And there's so much spent time that we're looking at people that are, that don't fit in versus do. And I know from a horror standpoint that sometimes you can't always seem to fit in that well, especially if you like off-the-wall type of stuff. Even whether you work in a cube farm, or you are a student, or this guy's a rocket scientist. You work at a restaurant as a server, and you over there just trying to get through school. We all come from different walks of life. We're different age groups, and there's certainly things that we may not have anything in common, but this whole horror interest certainly does. And you can find those people all over, whether they're across the pond in the United Kingdom, or in Japan, or in Australia, or maybe one town over from you. You're going to find them, and you form that connection with them. Anyone that's seen my videos has seen that a lot of times my wife does them with me. She's taking a nap right now, but I've known her 18 years, and I'd say for at least the first 10 or so, maybe, yeah, easily 10, I didn't know she liked horror movies. And it wasn't until that clicked that, we started hanging out more, and one thing led to another, yada, 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 and, now we're married. But, her whole take, her family never understood what her fascination is with these type of movies. And that's the thing, is you want to reach out and find people that share that interest, that passion that you have. You might find someone that, in whatever your walk of life might be, that has maybe a mild interest, but it's not enough to sustain you, in the sense that they're talking from a mild overview. It's like they know, oh, Jason, that's the guy with the hockey mask, right? Yeah, okay, good for you. I used to work in a Halloween theme park. We had haunted houses set up. We used to have horror guests. That's how I got to know a lot of the celebs initially, was through that. And that had its own little family, but I noticed that a lot of them, I think they were there, they liked the scare. They liked to scare people. They liked putting on the makeup. But they may not have had a passion for the film itself, because I know a number of times I might try to strike up a conversation about, a Lucio Fulci film, or, hey, did you ever see Rat's Night of Terror? I'm talking about a crap fest, huh? No, they really didn't have much of an interest on that. So it became really tough to find people that understood, what it was to like these type of films. And I think this social community, this social networking allows us that. And I know a lot of them have gone to horror conventions, and the most recent one being in Baltimore. There's so many guys I met that were at the thing that I didn't know before, and I'm hoping maybe the next one that we run into each other and hey, how's it going, and shake hands, and you know what, we know a little bit more about each other than we did before, and we probably know a little bit more about each other than our neighbors know, and we could be miles and miles and miles apart. Another aspect was there was, I guess, some complaining that people would use it to, pimp out their collection and show off what they have. And I always found I love looking at people's collections and what they have. I may not always like what you have, but I want to see what you have and how you decked out your room and what have you. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I've seen some awesome collections. It's inspiring, and sometimes depressing, but it's what we like to do. It's what we love to do. I've always kind of collected movies. I used to do VHS, got rid of them, did DVDs. I'm an illustrator designer, so I love movie posters. I collect those as well. Hopefully we'll put a video together of some of my movie posters that I have. My collection, it's a good sized collection, bigger than some people's, smaller than others. It's not a showing off thing. I'll show a quick scan of it, but I'm still putting up shelves, and it's not really to say, hey, look what I've acquired. It's more this is my passion, this is me, this is what I like. If someone, I always thought it was like, if someone liked something, it's like, hey, where'd you get that? Well, I'd be happy to try to help you acquire one if I can do so. I mean, if that's what you like, more the merrier. It's not like, hey, I've got this and you don't. It's more like, well, I've got this, and if it might interest you, you can track it down. If you want to know where I got it from, I'd be happy to tell you. More than happy to give you as much information as I can. So I never looked at it as people showing off their collection. And I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter. I mean, can't take it with us. But and as far as the whole thing with subscribing goes, or subscribers, it's kind of the same thing as Facebook. I know people that have, I've got 2,000 friends. Like, well, you have 2,000 people that have clicked on their page, but do you really know them? How much do you really want to talk to them? I would rather have a small number of subscribers or friends on YouTube than 1,000, because then I'm able to communicate one-on-one with each person, and it just makes it a little more intimate. So that's how I always felt with that. I don't think when I ever started this whole thing that, well, that many people are even going to want to listen to me talk. And if anyone's gotten to this far into the video, I thank you very much. Personally, I would have probably clicked off and went to look for silly kitten videos or something. Ooh, kitten on a treadmill. Click. Little kid riding his tricycle into a bush. All that type of stuff. But I appreciate you taking your time and watching this. For everyone that has reached out to myself and Teresa, we appreciate it. Last little bit of information, because I know that 410 Goodfellas wanted how to pronounce it. It is Casey Jones, just like the Grateful Dead song. It was actually the name of my eldest cat, so that's where that comes from. But thank you very much for your time, and have a great weekend. If you're over here in the States, have a great 4th of July. Be safe. That's about it. Thanks a lot.